Hi, this is Marcel. I'm the technical writer for pipeline authoring and execution, and I just like to uh, go over the documentation testing tools that we have at GitLab. And also, I'd like to explain why if you're contributing to docs at GitLab, you should really um, add the testing tools to your local editors, and it'll really improve your docs contributions. So let me just start by sharing my screen here. So in the docs, we have two main tools that we use to test the docs. Let me jump down here. And these can also be installed locally. We have Markdown Link, which we use for basic syntax checking for the most part. It runs in the pipeline, and any violation within Markdown Link will fail the pipeline. It's very similar to other code linting tools that we use. If you have a space in the wrong place in the code, you could fail the pipeline, and the same thing happens with Markdown Link. Vale is the other tool that we use, and it does do some syntax checking because Markdown Link doesn't do everything that we want. But Vale also tests is something that's more configurable. So we've added our own rules to check for very specific language-related issues, such as word use, some grammar, and again, also some syntax and link checks as well. Just to point this out, these are all these rules are things that we've written ourselves and that we've added. So we have a rule that checks for future tense use. We have a rule that checks for Latin terms. All of these were written by us. And these are very specific to GitLab. They could be used in other projects because I'm sure a lot of these would apply there, but there are definitely some in here that are specific to the way we've configured the docs themselves. Like our alert boxes would be only useful for GitLab. So let's start by taking a look in Visual Studio Code. So I know a lot of people do make contributions from within GitLab only without using a local editor, and that's great. You can do a lot of good work there. But if you've ever had a pipeline fail for a small issue and you wish that that had been caught before you committed the change, because you're now going to have to fix it to fix the pipeline, I think you'll see when it's in the editor how much easier it can be. So right here, I've got a section that I've tweaked a little bit specifically just to show different ways that both tools could flag issues. As it's written right now, it's not bad, but there are various issues right here. But I haven't turned on Vale or Markdown Link in the editor. For those of you who do like to work just from the command line and kind of want a clean editor, that's fine. You can do it from the command line. And instructions for installing the tools, both tools actually have to be installed. I believe they have to be installed on the command line as well, but there are instructions in the documentation about how to install them. With Yarn is recommended for Markdown Link, and if you're using macOS, you can use brew to install Vale. So just for example, if I run Markdown Link, I haven't installed it with Yarn actually, but I give it the config file, which is in the root. Yeah, I'm already in doc, so I need to go back one. The config file is markdownlint.yaml, and this is the file that I'm looking at, the variables index file. So I can run this, and it'll come up and flag, oh, there are some issues. And we'll look at that in the editor in a moment. It's the same thing for Vale. If you want to run that locally, Vale, it should look and find the config file automatically, and we can just give it the same file. And same thing, it gives a bunch of different errors in a different format. So let's start by turning on Markdown Link. So I've already got the plugin installed in VS Code. So all I need to do is go and enable it, and we'll see how this file looks now. And you can see we've got a bunch of small issues here. Markdown Lint for me flags everything in yellow. You might have your editor configured differently. That's fine. But just keep in mind that Markdown Lint and Vale could flag things in the same color, but with a different severity. So just be careful about that to see if it's a Markdown Lint error, like you can see here. So the first one here, if we highlight it in VS Code, it says headings should be surrounded by blank lines. And the next one says lists should be surrounded by blank lines just by hovering on it. Well, that's an easy fix. All I have to do is add a line there, and that's going to fix both. API proper names should have the correct capitalization. Expected API. Well, we actually have a vocabulary list for common kind of typos and misspellings, or not misspellings, but often capitalization issues. So API, and it's happy with that. A common one is people will often just forget to put the capital L. So we've added that to Markdown Lint. What else do we have? We have ordered list expected 1. Yeah, we actually we want to have 1, 1, 1, 1 all the way down, because our renderer will handle that. So if I come later and I add one more item in here, all I have to do is put a 1, and the renderer will change this to 4 when the page is loaded. And the last thing that I can see, this one is a little bit hidden. There we go. But this is multiple consecutive blank lines. So all I need to do is delete that extra line, and now it's clear. So if I run it from the command line, there we go, no issues. So it probably took about 20 seconds to fix all of those, and that's just saved me a broken pipeline and needing to come back, fix those. Fantastic. And you can see these are really easy to fix. The majority of them, if not all of them, I think. And we can just easily move on to Vale now. So Vale is going to check for more language related issues. You can see now that we've actually got 3 different colors. We've got red, we've got blue, and we've got yellow. The confusing part for me is that the worst color in Vale is red. That's an error, and that will fail the pipeline, while yellow and blue does not. But Markdown Lint is only yellow for me. Perhaps I could configure that to a different color. I haven't done it right yet, but just keep that in mind, that for Vale, red will fail a pipeline. And yeah, let's just start looking at some of these and see how easy or difficult it is to fix them. Can this header start with an imperative verb instead of a gerund? And a gerund is an ing word. It sounds hard, but actually adding a CI/CD variable to an instance, well, I can just say, add a variable to an instance. And you can see that it hasn't updated yet. So all I need to do is save the file. I'll do Command S. And now that's going to go away. Vale for me, lints on save. I've got a big red one here. Link must be a relative link. Oh, I see. So what I've done is I've pasted in the full URL, and what this should be is a relative link. So I can just do that. And strangely, it doesn't seem like it fixed it. But if I look at it, oh, this must use the MD file extension. So we have a different one. Save that. And that's fine. And I'll look for some other red ones. Oh, we've double spaced here, and it'll tell me that 1 and only 1 space. So I can save that. So again, we've now saved a broken pipeline. and we don't need to come back here and fix anything. So this is the kind of submission that most of the technical writers this is what we'll see. Not necessarily this many issues, because I've inserted things in here, and everyone is quite good with their contributions at GitLab. But there's definitely small things that we see really frequently that we regularly add suggestions for. Oh, could you tweak this word? Could you change this sentence? That can slow down engineers, because we have to send it back and say, oh, there's a typo here, or there's a different tense, or you're using different capitalization that's not standard. And if people can update those, it'll kind of keep their merge requests cleaner. There won't be as many suggestions, and there won't be as many ping pongs between the technical writer and the engineer. And my hope is that having this installed locally will help everyone get higher quality contributions, which will let the review process happen more quickly. So with Vale, after you've gone through the pipeline failing issues, we've got two other levels of issues. We've got blue, which is a suggestion, and we've got yellow, which is a warning. So if I look at yellow right here, I've misspelled letters, so I can change that. Save that, and that's fixed. One of the issues with spelling issues is that we often use different products, and product names can come up here, and I could have my product could be product whatever, something, and then it didn't come up. And then it's going to ask, what's that? This could actually be a valid product, and that's why it doesn't fail the pipeline, because we can't guarantee that Vale is properly detecting all spelling issues. But if you want, it's really helpful to the technical writing team to go into the Vale configuration, and you can actually just add it right to the spelling exceptions list. You could say, actually, I'll put it in alphabetical order. What was it? I said bra. Ooh, with an H, sorry. Bra, ba. And it'll be happy with it. So any contributions you can make to our rules, if you look at a rule and you see that maybe the regular expression that we use could be improved, fantastic. Anything you can do to help us out is great. We're not specialists in this kind of thing. We've just kind of done the best we can, but there's definitely smarter people out there that can put more efficient regular expressions or have different ideas for ways to speed it up. We welcome any suggestions. This one is another one that we see from time to time that is easy to miss, but this is using different non-standard characters. These are like right single quote and left single quote. So I could just put that as regular single quotes and it would be fine. But actually, it's good to see these because that makes me think, well, perhaps that should actually be backticks. So it's really good to get that warning, because the technical writer is going to come in and say, okay, single quotes is fine, but actually the standard is backticks. Avoid using future tense, will be, use present tense instead. This can be hard if English is not your native language. You might look at this and say, I can't think of a way to put this in future tense. And that's another reason why this is not going to fail the pipeline, because not everyone can do it as easily as the technical writing team. That's fine. So you could submit this and it would be great. You won't have any pipeline failures. But odds are the technical writer will look at it and say, hey, let me help you out with this sentence. And the future tense would be, if selected the variable, is available. And that would be the present tense. Sorry, not future tense, but the present tense. Some of the other things are quite easy. So admin, we usually just want to spell out the whole word. So we've got a rule for that. Administrators, for example, or we can easily avoid words like easily that imply ease of use because the user may find this action hard. That's a good point. I can probably just release that. Administrators can add an instance variable. And what's wrong with admin area? That's what it's called. It should be capital A for both of them. That's fine as well. I can remove that. And boom. And now I have one last little one here. Shorter sentences improve readability, max 25 words. This is a tough one. This is a tough one even for the technical writers. So look at the sentence and see, it's very long. Is there a way to shorten this? You can look at it and say, I can't think of a shorter sentence or a way to put a period in here and split this into 2 sentences. Again, that's fine. Don't worry about it. The technical writer will help, or might even just say, yeah, I agree. I can't think of a shorter sentence for that. Let's just merge it like that because it's still good. So don't worry about it too much. But sometimes you can look at it and say, maybe I could say, you can make a CI/CD variable available to all project leaders in the GitLab instance, period. Administrators can add an instance variable in the admin area or the API. So that's 2 sentences. If I save it, it should be happy. And there we go. We have a great contribution here and we can push it up. And that's basically everything for both Vale and Markdown Link. I did have one question about using hooks, and that is very popular with the engineers at GitLab to use left hook or overcommit. And just if you are interested in that, it is available in the GitLab project as well. So let me find the configuration file. Overcommit, if you're using it, I think you start with the example file and then you copy it to a YAML file and then you install it or something like that. But you can see that there is a configuration available for overcommit if that's what you're using. But I think most people are now using left hook, and that has a default configuration as well. And it's the same thing. Where is Vale? Vale is here in left hook, and Markdown Link is in here as well. And I can just demonstrate that. I've already made a commit with all those issues right there. So let's just try to push that commit up. Left hook will trigger. It's going to say no files. Sorry, I can expand this. Oh, sorry, I did not. I think I didn't commit the broken one. Let's see. Let that finish. What I'll do is I'm going to revert all these changes. I'll make Markdown Link very sad. Fail as well. So let's add that. Add some lovely edits to the page. Let's try that again. There we go. So it skipped the rules that it didn't need and it detected, oh, this is the page that you've edited. And what was this? This is Vale. So these are the 2 warning or the 2 error errors from Vale that will fail your pipeline. So the nice thing with left hook is that it doesn't worry about the warnings or the suggestions. It only worries about things that'll fail the pipeline. So if that's all you're concerned about, it'll detect it. Same thing with Markdown Link. The format's a little bit different, but it's the same thing. It'll highlight the issues and you can go and edit them if you're looking to have a clean editor when you're working on docs. Vale and Markdown Link failed. So that's everything I have to share on this. If you have any questions, you can ask me or any of the other technical writers at GitLab and we can help you out. And I hope to see your great docs contributions. Thanks a lot.